This is a basic workout routine designed for strength and mobility and balance. It just covers essential movements, which are the push, pull, hinge and squat movements, plus core and stability exercises. Basically, they're just fundamental movements which support everyday activities. To follow along, just pause the video as you need to. So to start, we just warm up for 5 minutes just to increase the blood flow and get the body ready for exercise. So just to start, just march in place, just on the spot, lifting your knees nice and high for about 1 to 2 minutes. And then doing some arm circles, so just 10 forward and 10 back. And just starting with small circles and then increasing to big circles as you do them. And then into some good mornings. So this is the third exercise in the warm-up. So doing about 10 of these, hinging at the hips, bending your knees slightly and the bum goes back. And then the fourth exercise for your warm-up, just doing leg swings. So 10 forward and back on each leg, just holding onto a post or a wall, just getting that hip ready and your legs ready. So 10 each side, and then doing side to side as well, just on each leg. And then doing about 10 jumps, just holding onto something and jumping up and down on the spot. So that's our warm up. And then we do the first movement, which is the push exercise. So that's for our chest and shoulders. And level 1, so just choose level 1, 2 or 3. And the first option, level 1 being a wall push up. And do 2 to 3 sets of about 8 to 12 reps. Level 2, which is slightly harder, is an incline push-up. So just pushing up from a bench, which is slightly lower. And then level 3 is just a floor push-up. And you can place your knees on the ground for this one to make it a bit easier. So lowering the chest down and pushing up strongly. Then we do movement 2, which is the pull exercise for back and arms. So starting with the bands just around your feet and just pulling the bands back to your rib cage and squeezing the shoulder blades tight. And that's just sitting down. So that's level 1. Level 2, standing up and just pulling them up to your ribs and squeezing your shoulders. Again, 2 to 3 sets of about 8 to 12 reps for our pull exercise. And the third progression, level 3, is just using dumbbells or a barbell and just hinging forward, pulling the weights to your ribs. And that's just showing the barbell option. Movement 3 is the hinge exercise. So that's for hamstrings and glutes. So level 1, just holding onto a post or a bench or something and hinging at the hips, back stays flat and just return nice and tall. And level 2 is a good morning, and you can either do that just body weight, so the hips go back, chest comes up, stand nice and tall, or you can use a bar behind your shoulder blades, and again just pushing the bum back. Hips go back and the chest comes up nice and strong. And level 3 is using some dumbbells, a Romanian deadlift. So that's just using a bit of weight. Movement 4 is the squat exercise, and this is for legs and core. And again, just doing 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Level 1 being a sit to stand. And that's just sitting down on a bench or a chair and not using your hands. So sitting down slowly and standing up nice and strong. Level 2 is bodyweight squats. So pushing the hips back, chest comes up nice and strong, standing tall, and just being sure not to have your knees caving in. And level 3 is just a goblet squat, so using a dumbbell or a kettlebell on your chest and then squatting down and coming up nice and strong. I was going a bit fast there, but again, you're just trying to make sure your knees don't collapse in. That's level 3 for the squat exercise. And again, 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Then we're on to core exercise, movement number 5. So this is for our core and stability. Level 1 just being about 10 to 15 on each leg, just lifting your knees to your chest, sitting down. I've just sat on something a bit higher there to make it a bit easier. Level 2 is called a dead bug. So just opposite arm and leg, just lower down and keeping your core nice and tight. So about 10 to 15 on each side. So just staying strong in the core and you're lowering your arms and your legs. Level 3 is just a plank hold. So straight line, tight core, squeezing that for 30 to 40 seconds. Then we're on to our balancing exercise for movement 6, which is obviously for stability. So these are really good, just 10 to 20 seconds, just standing on one leg, just a single leg stand. Just holding that for 20 seconds or so. And option 2, so you can do any of these, heel to toe walk, just walking in a straight line nice and slowly. Option 3 is, these are just called toe taps or clock toe taps. So just imagining a clock on the ground and going through each time on the clock with your foot and doing that on each leg in each direction. So that's just a good one for stability. And the final option just being a single leg deadlift. So hinging at the hips, reaching forward with your hands to the ground and doing about 8 to 10 on each leg. And that completes the workout.